Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Overflow. In this video, you have seen in the title and the thumbnail that what this video is about. We'll know about the basics of Rust, the Rust programming languages, and then we'll just try to get started with Rust and see how we use Rust. There's a basic way we'll just look into. Now, before we actually start Rust, let me just show you why you should now focus on Rust. Okay, so this is the Stack Overflow annual developer survey, and this is the survey that was conducted in 2020. I'm just bothered about that result. So in this survey, if you just look into the Stack Overflow annual developer survey 2020 results, you will find something interesting. Okay, so here is the whole result of Stack Overflow annual developer survey, and here if you just scroll down, you will see the key results. In this, just look, there are some called the most loved languages. Okay, so in this, if you just open this, you will find it says Rust being the most loved programming language with a percentage of 86.1, and no one is like near about Rust. Okay, you can see TypeScript is the second most loved programming language, followed by Python, but they are like just a 1% or less than 1%, 4.4% differences there between them. But look at the difference between TypeScript and Rust. The Rust is actually around 86.1% of people love using Rust. Okay, so now let's deep dive and understand what is Rust. So Rust is basically one of the open source system programming languages that helps us to write more reliable software and write faster. Okay, so Rust offers you the control over low level details like the memory uses in combination with high level concepts like the iteration and interfaces. So this actually helps you in both the way. It gives you the low level grip, at the same time gives you the high level concepts, a combination with the high level concepts. Now this features reduce the hassle of traditionally associated with the low level languages like C or C++. Okay, so that's why it's become the most loved language. You can say that can be one of the reasons for it to become the most loved languages. Now let's try and move step by step into how we can use Rust. To do so, first I will use Visual Studio Code, and you can actually download it from here. All the links will be there in the description, don't worry. But you can use Visual Studio Code, or you can use any other code editor of your choice, but I will use Visual Studio Code and show you in Visual Studio Code itself. So I have this installed for me, so you just download it for Windows, or maybe if you're using other operating system, it will show you here, and just download it for that operating system. And after Visual Studio Code, you would need to install Rust. Okay, so in order to install Rust, you need to visit a site called rustup.rs. So remember, this Rust is the recommended way to install Rust is to use Rustup, RUSTUP. So I will give the link again in the description. So this Rustup helps you to download the appropriate version for your operating system. And here, if I just show you, this is the Rustup, what it shows for Windows. For if you're using Linux or Mac, then directly it will directly show you a link or command line it will show you a command line code for you and to just install the Rust. But since I am using Windows, it will just give me that I first need to install that exe file, rustup.init, rustup.init.exe. Just download it from here and install Rust from there. But remember, after you are done with installing Rust, you need to some prerequisites as well. In prerequisites, you actually need Microsoft Visual Studio build tools, and by that I mean you need actually the C++ build tools. Nothing to do, it's nothing to worry about that. Go ahead, download the build tools from here, and that would be, look, this, they openly say this helps you for build Rust for Windows. Okay, so just download it from here, and after the download you will see those pop-ups of installation that are common with Windows. If you are just using it, I guess you have the knowledge of that. After that you will ultimately land in the installation page. Okay, so in that, remember, you need to download this C++ to build tools, and once you click on this C++ build tools, you will find this installation details pop up on the right of the screen. Okay, then simply install it, nothing to do with that. And after the installation is done, you can go ahead with the next steps. I'll show you what you can do with here. Okay, now after you're successfully done with the Rust installation, you need to see that your Rust C and cargo commands are running or not. So just make a trial and understand that you had completed your installation successfully. So you will go to Rust C space hyphen version. Okay, doing this, it will show you the stable version of Rust that got installed in your machine. You will see something like that. Rust see some version name, and then followed by some code with that, and that shows the exact date, a date when you installed probably, or the last modified date it got. So you can see a large number of Rust versions available if you search over the internet, because they keeps on upgrading Rust every 2-3 days, so you can find a large number of stable versions. So using it with the rustinit.exe file, which I showed you, is the best way. It will just give you the latest version altogether. Okay, so after you are done with checking Rust C, you need to check cargo, and cargo's underscore hyphen version. This is again show you a particular version name and a version number and the commit hash. Okay, so that's what we got. We understood that our Rust has been installed successfully. Okay, and in case you don't see this information, it's better that you check that your Windows actually added your Rust to your path, like the system path variables. And if it's that's the most probable reason that after successful installation of Rust, you may not see this Rust version running successfully. So for that, just check in your Rust the path variables in your Windows system, and you will find that it's not there. Just add in the path and you will be good to go with Rust. Moving ahead, we'll just try to make a hello world code in Rust and try to implement it using Rust. Okay, so step by step, we'll just implement a hello world program in Rust. For that, just create a folder, and that folder will help us to store everything related to Rust. Okay, so we'll say mkdir, and we'll just run our, we made mkdir, and then like we'll create a directory, a folder, and say name it like something like starting Rust. Okay, so okay, wait, I did a mistake. So name a folder like starting Rust, and it got created. Okay, that's the folder I created to just do something. Now move in, let's get into this folder and start all the coding we want to do. Okay, we just got into the folder here. After we got into this folder, say we just want to explore with the hello world. Now let's make another folder, say mkdir. So this is like, I'm just trying to segregate the files so that we don't get messed up with all the files here. Okay, so let's create another folder within our starting Rust folder, and here we'll just say we are trying to do hello world, and we'll say hello. There's a folder got created. Now cd hello. So we'll just move into this hello and start working with our code. Okay, we got into the city's hello. Now once we are in our code, we need to write our program. Okay, so here we will use our Visual Studio Code. I'll show you how. Move back to the folder. Here you will see starting Rust. In that we created hello, and so just open this folder with our Visual Studio Code, and this would just open up for us. So using Visual Studio Code, you can usually code in Rust. Now we are here. And we will create a folder, create a file. Here we just click on this small file icon, not the folder icon. This file icon here will open up. So we'll say main dot okay, so for Rust the folder name, like the file name we use is rs, and like for Python we use py, and for Word documents we use txt or doc. Look at the text file or document file, those are the extension. For Rust we use rs. After that we created our main.rs folder, like the main.rs file. Within this main.rs we will write our first like the Rust program. Now let's say fn, there's a function definition that we use here, fn, and then we use main, that the main function is here, and followed by opening the function. That's the normal function that we use in most of the languages. And here we'll say println, we'll say println, and it's followed by an exclamation. And if println is done, we'll just within it write our hello world, that thing we want to print. Okay, done. So once we are done here writing the exact thing we want to print, and then we will end it with a semicolon. That's the way we write in Rust. Alright, just we are done with here. Just save this file, move back to our terminal. Okay, so we save the file, we move back to the terminal, and now it's time to compile and run, compile our code and run the code. Alright, now if you're using Linux or Mac, the code will be a bit different. I will tell you how this the running of code differs from Windows and Linux. Just look here. I'm using Windows, and I'll show you the Windows one and show you the main difference that occurs here. We'll say Rust C, and then we'll say our file name, that was the main.rs we just created now, and click like press enter. Wait for it to just compile and compile the function for us. After that, it will just return and as the yes, it returned us. Now the main thing, the running our program. To run it, we'll say // and // and since our function program name was main, so this will be like main dot exe. Here lies the main difference. Like the difference comes out here between the Windows and Mac or Linux devices. For Mac or Linux devices, you just need to say // main, and that would run your code. But for Windows, you just need to say the main.exe. Okay, so once you press enter here, you can see our hello world, the stuff we printed, like the stuff we wrote in our code here, that got executed. Like, okay, and look, if you just look carefully, there are two other files got created. Yes, this works more like the way we compile Java in command line interface. We just first say Java C, then we say Java that class name. Okay, that way we do. So it just creates a main.exe file within the program, like within the folder that you created. Okay, get back to the terminal. So that was what we did. We just wrote our first Rust program. Now there is something else I just showed you above, that's cargo. You just got to know that Rust C is used to thus compile and compile our like the Rust codes or the Rust files we come across. But what about cargo? Now we need to learn a bit about cargo. So cargo is actually the like the look here, like if you just consider that while the Rust C compiler is fine for simple programs. Okay, whenever we're writing simple programs like this hello world or something simplest stuff that we're doing, then Rust C compiler is good to go. We have a very good compiler here. But but the things comes up when we need to build Rust tools, or when we are doing Rust projects, projects using Rust, then we like the almost no project use the Rust compiler directly, that the Rust C compiler directly. We use Rust, like the dependency manager or the Rust build tool manager, called the Cargo. So Cargo is basically the a build tool manager or the dependency manager for Rust. The best part is you didn't install Cargo additionally. Okay, you just installed that one file I showed you from Rust's rustup.rs website, and that one file installed everything for you. You don't need to look here and there to install Cargo, to this, that, nothing. You are already like have Cargo once you install Rust in your machine. Okay, now there's something important about Cargo. So Cargo helps you in lots of way. This actually creates, like, this actually helps you to create new projects, like the new project templates. You can use a command like Cargo new followed by project name, that would create a new project template. You can use Cargo build to just build a project. Okay, you can use like if you want to build and run a project, you can simply go ahead and say Cargo run, and there are similar command line other commands for using Cargo, like Cargo test to just test your project, or Cargo doc if you want to document your project, then Cargo doc is the best one. If you want to check project types, then Cargo check is there. And there's, if you just want to publish a library for Rust, you can do that with Cargo publish. And these are the easiest way, like there is the easiest things you can do with Cargo. Okay, like it's easy to use. Next we will look how we can create a similar thing using Cargo, like a hello world program using Cargo. Still now we created using Rust C, and we just manually created all the folders or wrote up code, everything. But let's use Cargo to like the write our Python code. Before that, just look here. Importantly, here we are where in this we created this starting Rust folder. We will be working within this starting Rust folder. So whatever we will be working on Rust will be within this, and we created this hello, and this hello actually worked using the Rust C compiler. Okay, but here we'll work on something else. We'll just build build a exact hello world program using Cargo here. So that's the exact directory structure I show you. Now move back to the our terminal and start with Rust. Okay, so here we'll say Cargo, and we'll use the new Cargo new. So Cargo new is for creating new Cargo templates. And here in Cargo new, if we just write hello Cargo, so this will just build the Cargo exact Cargo directory, like the exact hello world directory that we built using Cargo. Okay, let's click enter and wait for it created. Okay, it's got created in a minute. So that's what you can see, that hello Cargo is actually a directory name that got created. So if we just wait. Okay, I made a small mistake while doing this. I just built this hello Cargo within this hello. Okay, remember that was the different structure. Here you can see actually within this hello I built hello Cargo. So let me just erase delete this. Sorry, I don't mean that. Let me just delete this hello Cargo and again build hello Cargo in like in the starting Rust folder. Okay, so cd dot it will bring us to starting Rust, and again we'll say Cargo new hello Cargo. Okay, this got built again. Now if you just press ls, you will find there are actually two folders within this starting Rust. Okay, one is the hello that we created using command line before, and this is the hello Cargo that got created right now. All right, so that's what we have. Next thing, move into hello Cargo. Say cd hello Cargo, and we are here. Press ls again. You will see there are actually three files that got created. One is src, One is the cargo.toml, and that git ignore is the normal one that we see for git ignore gets created. So we need to understand what this src and cargo.toml is. So cargo.tml is the file that we can say as a manifest file, and this is the manifest file for Rust actually, and it's where you keep all your metadata for your project, and also any dependencies related to your project is kept within this cargo.toml file. That's the metadata kind of file that we use, like metadata kind of file that we use in Rust. Okay, and that src is actually a folder, that's a subdirectory you can say. So then move into src, and you can, I'll show you what's inside src. Press ls, and it will say there's actually a main.rs file that got created within our src. Okay, so that's the main.rs file we have within our src, and that's what we I will show you how this works, like what's inside main.rs. But before we look into, let's run this code and try to see how this compilation works here. So we'll just do cd dot dot, then moving back to hello cargo again, and then we'll say cargo space run, and this would run the cargo here. Look, it's compiling, is in building our project, then it is running the hello cargo.exe, and after that here you will see the output hello world is actually got printed. Remember, this is a template for printing hello world using cargo, and that's why this got created automatically. Once we got our result, like the cargo has built and executed our executable file, that's the .exe file. Now let's understand what was there within our main.rs file, this main.rs file within the src. Okay, so let's move back to our directory, and here we can see hello cargo. We need here, look here, actually a target, some folder called target got created, and that's what stores our output. Okay, then here within src we can see main.rs is there. Then let's not do that, let's go ahead and open this with code. So we just open this folder with code and understand how this structure is there, what within the main.rs. Just click on there. So look, once you click on main.rs, is actually the same thing like fn main println, and that's what hello world is written here. Okay, that's the exactly same thing that hello like the cargo built for us, like the template we have. Now move ahead a bit. We created and understood Rust, like we created a first program, compiled it, run it using Rust. Okay, we came to know about the use of programs like the cargo, a package manager cargo. All right, so that's all for today's video. I hope I could make you understand how you can get started with Rust. Also, I'm planning to work on some other videos related to Rust and Rust language. So let me know if how you are interested in this. So thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you just like this video, share it with your friends who are becoming new to Rust, or maybe if someone is willing to Rust run, I'm planning to make detail some other videos of using Rust as well. So thank you all. Hope to see you soon in my next video.